Up next, we've got an incredible panel with some very, very special guests. We're going to be bringing some sneaker YouTube influencers to you right now to ask them some burning questions. So without further ado, let's get to it. I'll bring the guys in right now. All right, let's welcome the guys. All right. If you don't mind, we're just going to go ahead and start off with some introductions. We're going to lead off with Harrison. Why don't you give us your name, where you're coming at us from today, and what you got on feet?
So my name is Harrison Nevel, and I'm out of Atlanta, Georgia. And I remember this question when we first started, and then I realized I'm not wearing shoes right now. So I'm not wearing any Heat, but I would be wearing I'm wearing my Travis Scott ones a lot, so I probably have those on.
All right, we'll take it, man. COVID life, you're just wearing socks.
So
as well. All right, how about you, Lorenz?
So hi, my name is Lorenz. I'm originally from Costa Rica. I lived in Germany for the past 6 years and moved back to Costa Rica for several reasons. And I've been creating content for like around 3 or 4 years already. On feet, let me show you. I'm wearing a Dunk Sunset Tint from 2016. Love it, love the colors. Yeah. And that's about it. Glad to join you.
All right. We got another ATL boy in the house, Sniper J0nes. What's happening?
Yo, what's up, man? Sniper J0nes, originally from Cleveland, Ohio, out here in Atlanta on foot. I'm actually kind of lazy myself, but I got some Jordan. I got on a Jordan slide. Like, this is where I take the trash out, you know, where I walk the dog, where, you know, I run my errands. So I'm cozy right now. I've been relaxed. I've been editing all day. I got a big video, so I just wanted to be comfy. But, yeah, man.
I support that, the cozy life.
Yeah.
All right, Unbreakable, what's happening?
What's up? Unbreakable Kicks coming from Chicago. And after this, I will have the Jordan 3 Varsity Royals on feet to match the shirt, of course. These dropped early and over in the UK, but these don't come out until August in the States.
We got some heat over there.
Early heat for the feet.
All right. So we got a handful of questions for you guys. Some of them were submitted by audience members through our community tab on YouTube. Some were compiled by the staff. But let's start off with what made you interested in creating content, sneaker-focused content on YouTube?
Where do you want to start? You want to start with me again?
Yeah, let's go for it.
What started with me is I mainly started with clothing and a little bit of shoes to start, because a lot of my friends and whatnot would always ask me advice on how I, dress, how I do, how I put together outfits. And so I thought, the knowledge that I have on it, what can I do with my love of video creating and kind of combine those worlds? And so that's kind of what I ended up doing, because there wasn't much of a, in the specific realm that I was looking at with the clothing and the shoes, it wasn't necessarily more like Jordans at the time. That realm was pretty small. And so I figured, why not go ahead and try this market and see how it works? There's not many people doing it. And I mainly just love making videos, and I wanted something fun that I enjoyed doing to make them on. And that's kind of what I chose.
Awesome.
Yeah, for me, it was kind of similar. When I moved to Germany, my lifestyle changed a lot, and the European walks a lot. They walk to the supermarket, walk to their, everywhere. And they usually wear sneakers. So I got inspired, started buying sneakers, collecting sneakers, and all of a sudden saw myself unboxing them on camera.
That's awesome.
Well, with me, it was a little different. Like I played basketball a lot my whole life, and like when you play ball, the coolest thing is like the newest pair of shoes, right? You got the jersey, you got the warm ups, so you want the new pair of shoes, and just about everybody who make the new pair of shoes are basketball players themselves, right? So, I just found myself loving sneakers just about my favorite players, whether Penny Hardaway, Jordan, LeBron, and I just kind of started collecting over time. And after I left college with a foot injury, I couldn't walk for like a year. I broke my foot, and I had to just sit back and do nothing. And I watched YouTube for like a year, not able to move. And you're like, you know what? I think I'm going to try this. Like, whenever I get back on my feet, I'm going to give it a shot. Let me see if I can put this together, because I was watching a lot of people and I loved the content. And I was like, I think I'll be probably good at that. I had the personality for it, so I gave it a shot. And it was a slow grind at first, but, we're here now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful for it for sure.
That's what's up, man. I've actually seen you ball. I remember out at SneakerCon in DC, those 3-point.
Oh, yeah.
You still got it a little bit.
Yeah, I got a second channel, man, where I play playing basketball back now. I got the second channel where I'm playing basketball a lot more, so there's a lot of basketball content over there. But I'm getting back into it for sure, competitively.
All right. Unbreakable Kicks. What's your story?
My story is kind of similar. So when Snipe broke his foot, he didn't want to be by himself, so he came and he broke my kneecap. So I actually broke my kneecap, and I was just at home loving sneakers, and I did an early review on a Jordan 11 Space Jam from 2016, and I was in a lot of Facebook groups at the time, and I posted the videos in the Facebook group. They were just like, bro, man, you should get on YouTube and post your videos on YouTube. So the Space Jam 11 video I posted got like 7,000 views in a week, and I couldn't believe it. You know, 7,000 at that time was just, it was hot, you know what I'm saying? So ever since then, you know, it was just like, okay, if I get an early shoe, I'll show the review. And I mean, man, like, look where we at now. So it's just a blessing.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love hearing that. So, I mean, another similar question, like, what's your favorite memory so far from your career as a YouTuber?
Man, I would say for me.
Oh, go ahead. I feel like everybody want to jump and say that, man. We got so many memories. Go ahead, Lawrence.
Yeah. I was just say from the beginning for me was just going to sneaker drops and meeting people at those sneaker drops. So like specifically, I met Tony D2 Wild at a sneaker drop. Just going to a random mall here in Atlanta. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go try this drop, and it was some high top Air Force One. It was some, I can't remember specifically what it was, but I met him that day, and just remembering things like that. And that was when I was like, I didn't have many subscribers on YouTube, whatever. So I was like, oh my God, Tony, and stuff like that. And so from there, just meeting people, going to drops, just experiencing that, recording it, the whole process, it's always so much fun.
Yeah, for me, when I got the chance to travel abroad with a brand, a very large sneaker store in Latin America and all over, and they took me to Mexico to a sneaker event, and I got to meet a lot of people that follow me and watch my content regularly, and that was amazing. That feeling of getting to know your audience it's always great.
Yeah, I second that, man. I know, like, us being content creators, we very big on hoping whatever we create, it get the proper response. We just want to make good content for people. So whenever you're actually able to, like, meet the hands, because it's one thing to just see 100,000 views, because it's a number. But when you see the people, it's like a totally different impact it makes on you. Like, wow. And they might say something that was like 8 minutes in the video. So like, you watched the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's like cool to be able to like meet the hands and also be able to travel. Like being able to travel from sneakers and YouTube was amazing to me. So just traveling and meeting the people is probably my best memory.
That's awesome. All right. No, we're good. We're back. So,
okay.
So yeah, I mean, like we talked about you guys getting into YouTube and really like some of the wins and some of the, you know, challenges that you went through. But obviously your subscribers are there because they want to hear you talk about sneakers. You know, that's the basis of the content. So let's get into talking about some shoes, right? So what are you guys' thoughts on like Virgil Abloh and Off-White's continued run with Nike? I mean, we had the 10 come out. We got all these new silhouettes dropping. Like I just saw an announcement for the Bread. You know, like, what are you guys up to? You on board for the Virgil run?
I'm on board. My bad. When I hear Jordan, I get excited.
Yeah, he get excited. But hey, everybody clear the way.
It's all good.
Like, I have been enjoying the drops that have been coming. I think there's been a lot of drops that have been happening, and I've been trying to be more selective on which sneakers that I want to get, because it's still to this day, which is surprising, after the initial 10, the resale on some of these shoes is crazy. Like the 4s, the resale on something that's my size, this is particularly women's shoe right now, it's like $1,400, which is a lot to drop, especially with all the shoes that have been dropping lately. There's been so many shoes dropping with such high resale values that it's got to be selective. But those 4s to me hit different than a lot of the most recent Off-White, because I've probably owned almost every one that has dropped, but I've only consistently kept a couple, like the Jordan 1 UNC. I have the Off-White 5s, but like I try to cycle through because I'm not going to wear every single Off-White, and those 4s are ones that I think I need to have. I'm waiting for the resale to drop, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. I do think that those Jordan 4s are one of the cleanest sneakers I've seen in a while. It's amazing. But I wasn't able to get them, and I'm not sure I want to pay 1200 for my size, so I'm in the middle of, I don't know, see if I sell a bunch and get them, not sure. But my all-time favorite must be the Blazer from the 10, the original. I love Blazers, and the Blazer from the 10, it's amazing.
Yeah, I know. I got a few pair. I never really got my hands on the pairs I really want. I told y'all that tragic story. My favorite pair is the Presto from the original 10. I actually got it, and my card declined for whatever reason. I will never understand. I will never let it down. Man, just thinking about it, that's like my worst sneaker memory ever. But the Jordan 4 was nice. I almost went to Chicago where Unbreakable is because they had a lot of pairs available there. Every time I go to Chicago, I get good luck. I went to Chicago and got Travis Scott 6s there. A lot of good stuff comes out of there. So, honestly, I'm selling a lot of this stuff behind me. So when I move into my new place, I'm trying to get rid of like 75%. With that, I want to buy like more of stuff that I want. I feel like I have to be more selective, like Harrison says, because wow, my bad. I got people calling me, but yeah, I buy just like almost everything that comes out, and I have to slow down and be more selective and just choose to go with quality over quantity. And Off-White is just one of my favorite, Nike collabs.
Yeah. Granted, I'm 99.9% Jordan in my sneaker room. My favorite Off-White is the Off-White Prestos. The second one, the all black joints that came out. The 4s, I like the 4s. They're not $1,400 worthy though. Not now. No. Like they have the bread colorway coming out, the men colorway. To me, I would drop the bag for those.
Those are hard.
But the sale colorway, I know people, and it's just like 56,000 pairs of those is not as limited as the retro ones. You know what I'm saying? I got both the Chicago and the UNC. I text Hess Kicks because he got the white pair in my size, so that's the only one I need. The 5s, I comfortable paying between like $600 and $800 for the sale colorway because I know that we're gonna get them here in Chicago. Chicago got over 1,000 pairs at one of the spots, so it's just like I know that price is gonna trickle down. Now, as far as everything that Virgil does, as far as Off-White, I'm not on board with like the Tigers he had. It's a couple other. Just because it's Off-White don't necessarily means that it's a must cop. Like right. Harrison said, like Snipe said, it's just you got to be selective, especially once you're doing sneaker content on the daily. You're going to pick up pretty much everything to show your audience, and it's just like you can't keep everything. So, but when it comes to Off-White Jordans, I don't care how it looks, I need them. Even those, what were those? The Union 4s. Not the prettiest shoe in the world. Not the prettiest shoe, but I need them in a collection. You know what I'm saying? I need to get them. So it just goes with the territory.
That's you're a Jordan man all day long, man.
All day.
So I mean, another topic, right? We've seen the sneaker industry really embrace the hip hop community in some major ways, right? We've had collaborations with Drake. We've had Pusha T, Pharrell Williams. We've got, obviously Yeezy. I'm curious, like, what's your favorite amongst those artist collaborations? And who else would you like to see some of these big brands partner up with when it comes to the hip hop community?
I think our whole sneaker community as a whole has really jumped on the Travis Scott, collaboration. I think that's done insanely well, especially if you even look back now at the prices of some of the shoes that were going for $300. Some of the Air Force Ones are going for $1,000 now. It's insane and how that has risen. And I like when I look at collaborations with like Drake, there's a lot of pairs that are like, he's got some of the shoes like that have come out, but there's also ones that are just kind of hidden. There's the pink snakeskin ones, and I was able to get a pair of those. They weren't mine to keep, but shoes like that I think are fun to see because it's not something that's out and it's just such an exclusive shoe. And seeing things like that are cool and just kind of the takes that, these different artists have. But I think Travis Scott has just kind of taken over recently. I know, Kanye and Yeezy has done insanely well, but right now I think Travis is kind of taking the crown for that.
Yeah, probably my favorite sneaker or collaboration between a brand and an artist would be all the things that Tyler the Creator has done with Converse, because that just goes with my style. So I really love what he has done. All the 1-stars and everything. I love it. And what I would like to see next, I'm excited for the supposed collab between J Balvin and Jordan Brand. Let's see if that drops. I'm not sure, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, a lot of my favorite collabs with artists have came from Travis, to be honest. I like a lot of the Drake's shoes, but as we talked about, me and Break loves Drake. But I tell him all the time, I joke, like, Jordan gives him the worst silhouettes to work with, right? They give him like some 10s, they give him some 12s, you know what I'm saying, and just say work with it, and they give Travis Scott a 1, a 6, a 4. You can't really mess up on those pairs. So it'll be nice to see him with like an actual good silhouette to work with. He has like, what are those, right? Like the Lil Wayne verse Drake 3s or 4s or something like that?
These.
Yeah, those. But like he has very exclusive shoes. Like he even like Break even have like the pink 11s that you were talking about. But those aren't like to the public. I'm talking about like general release, or not even general release, just like even if they're hype release shoes, then like something of those sorts. But I would like to see like Nike or Jordan go back and rock with the older heads, like the Dipset, man, like a Dipset collab. That'd be something fire. Or if they was to do something with like a A$AP Rocky, I can see A$AP Rocky doing something with Jordan. I think that'd be hard. But yeah, more along those terms. I think those two would be hard. If Jordan Brand do something with Dipset, or even if like Nike do like an Air Force One with Dipset, or Virgil and Dipset, that'd be nice. Like Virgil and Dipset, that'd be hard.
I think the people that you named don't got the pull to bring out an audience in order for them to sell like that.
A$AP Rocky does. Dipset, they kind of watched, but in like fashion, like back when Lil Wayne was hot, and then like Dipset like created a whole wave, like the bandanas, like the skull, like it's older, so it'll have to take some people who really rock with that. But yeah, you got a point.
No, I agree as far as the Travis Scott. I feel like Jordan Brand gave Travis Scott the goal as far as we're going to give you the hottest silhouettes. They gave him the retro one out of everything. And they gave him the retro 4s, and they gave him retro 6, but they gave Drake the 10s, you know what I'm saying? Like, then they also gave him the 12s, and I'm talking about back, you know, before they came out as a general release, because back then you couldn't get a Drake OVO from nowhere but Flight Club. You know what I'm saying? Back when it was crazy. Now, the stuff that Drake has as far as general release, I'm cool with it, but I'm more on the, you know, shout out to my man Sneaker Sluts, you know, the sample stuff. This is stuff like Harrison was talking about, like the Confetti 4s or the Calipari pack. This is Kentucky, you know.
Where's that stuff coming from, man? You pulling stuff out of nowhere.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the Drake stuff that I feel like should have actually dropped. All his hot stuff, like his OVO 14s, like, I'm a huge Drake fan, so I'm going to spend $8,000 for a Drake shoe. I just do it. You know what I'm saying? But, like, all of his hot stuff never was a general release. So I feel like Travis Scott has the upper hand because of his hot stuff. It hits, you know, his shelves. And then his friends and family shoes, you know what I'm saying, are $20K. Like, his retro 4s, the purple 4s are like $20K. The yellow 6s probably don't even got a price tag on them. But you can still obtain a dope retro 6. You can still obtain a dope retro 1. But all Drake hot stuff, you got to pay at least $5,000 and up to obtain it. I just think they did Drake dirty. And that's probably why we'll never see another Drake collab. But he's supposed to have a pair of Air Force Ones that's coming out next year. So, you know. Sorry, Doug. I'm passionate when it comes to, you know, Drake sneakers, man. Like, Drake my favorite artist right now. So,
I mean, if anybody from the Jordan Brand is listening, you heard it from the firing squad. We want more Drake silhouettes.
We need it. We need it.
I like the A$AP Rocky though, man.
Yeah, A$AP would be tough.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Let's talk about shoe values. Like, you know, stuff is rising some crazy levels. Like you talk about $8,000 for some of these shoes, but we've seen some stuff nearing up the $10,000 range. You know, you got those OffWhite Chicagos, you've got like the What the Dunks, you've got those Dior's that just dropped, and you know, even some Air Force Ones and some Nike SBs that are rising to those levels. Like, talk to me about those $10,000 price tags. Like, what do you think of that threshold, and like is it going to last and sustain with people being forced to pay that kind of money for a shoe they want?
It's insane. I mean, prices will keep rising. Definitely.
It's crazy. Well, you look at shoes that just came out, like the Dior's, you have the lows, you have the highs, and those are sitting at a pretty high price. They're kind of dwindling down a little bit. And with that specific shoe, I don't know what's going to happen with it. I feel like it might continue to go down, but I think over time it might go up. I know specifically, I haven't been to a couple sneaker stores in a while, but I recently, last week, went to some sneaker stores that opened back up, and they can't keep inventory on their shelves. They're selling so many shoes right now. So many people are buying shoes, they can't even keep shoes, and that includes the high value shoes. So it's insane to me because they're sitting there saying they have to hold back inventory so they don't run out of stuff to sell in these huge sneaker stores. And I think it's insane that values are going where they are, and it's kind of just like, if you're willing to pay it. I mean, luckily for people like us, a lot of stuff like that's a write-off. And so I kind of look to that when I'm looking at expensive shoes. And so, like, recently I'm buying a pair of Dior 1s, and I'm not going to say the lows or the highs, but when looking at that, having in the back of my mind that it's a write-off does, ease the pain a little bit. But I challenge my viewers to get a certain light goal, and I would buy a pair, and that was my mistake, but then I challenged them. But luckily we have write-offs for that.
Yeah, that Snipe. And I was gonna say it, but I know if we, I know if we can, drop them gems like that, because a lot of people look at me crazy, like, Break, you just spent 60 grand on PEs this year. Yeah, but for my business, Unbreakable Kicks and YouTube, that's a write-off. I'm providing a service for people to actually see this shoe. Like this Drake OVO 11. Probably the most expensive shoe that I've purchased. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the year, when it comes to write-offs, it's going to be a phenomenal write-off. Now, as far as how I see the value of sneakers starting to go up, I definitely think COVID has something to do with it, because a lot of people aren't able to obtain these sneakers. Like, for instance, this Air Jordan 12, without COVID, this probably would have, on release day, would have probably gone for like $250. But because a lot of people couldn't get their hands on them, a lot of stores are, doing X, Y, and Z. It's a $320 shoe because it becomes harder to get. Now, as far as the Dior's, I want a pair. I don't like it, but like for me, I'm a collector. So it's just like, I need to have that shoe in the collection. Seeing the price go down now is just all about actually finding an authentic pair. Once I find a legit pair, boom, I'll go ahead and grab them now, because once the world gets back churning and we got MTV Awards and VH1, and then you see Rick Ross or A$AP Rocky or whoever rocking that Dior 1, it's over with. Price is just going to skyrocket again. But since we're not seeing our favorite celebrities rocking them, unless it's on Instagram, because celebrities play a big role in all this too. You see Offset, you see Quavo rocking a pair of Dior 1s. Okay, I need them. They don't know that they retail at $2,000 either, but they just like, I need that shoe. So Dior's are going to go up. I'm planning on copping a pair around that $8,000 market. I feel comfortable at $8,000 because I know once we get a Dior Jordan 4 or Dior Jordan 3, the original going to always go up. So it's best to grab it now, because if they do a sequel, that original always goes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think now it's the time to buy shoes, to buy sneakers. Because now people that have sneakers laying around and want to make a quick buck are selling them for short. And, well, if someone has disposable income, of course it makes sense to buy sought-after sneakers right now and hold them.
Yeah, it's almost reacting like a stock market in a sense.
Absolutely.
Stocks all the time.
That's the question, is like, if you buy a shoe like that and you sit on it for a minute, like what's your expectation and guarantee that it's going to hold that value or even rise? Or like, what happens when they drop it again? That's sort of my question.
You never know. It's just
you never know. Yeah.
You hope that the shoe. I know YouTuber Kais, he actually has bought a lot of shoes that Jordan Brand said they were never going to release, or he got seeded them, and then they released 2 or 3 pairs that he got, like the Oregon 5s and then the UNC 3s, and then they released them worldwide, and now he's sitting back like, I thought these were like super, exclusive pairs were, from Jordan Brand, but it's just, you never know what the brand itself is going to do.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy to think about. It, like, specifically when you're talking about those Dior's, right? They retailed at $2,000 and they went up to crazy levels. I'm curious if other fashion designers are going to walk into the mix, right? If like these brands like Adidas and Jordan and Nike are going to start looking to other possibilities. Like, what would you say are the other like luxury fashion brands that you'd like to see come out with collaborations on some of these sneaker brands?
I would say one that I look to would probably be Ruigi. He makes his own shoes and his own line, but I think it'd be cool to see him with another sneaker collab. Now, he did do one with Puma, and I think that was something that was cool. It wasn't exactly my taste, but I feel like seeing his twist on something like a Jordan 1 would be a really interesting look, but that's just something that I like as far in the fashion world.
The Vans with Rude were pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would like to see what happens between Balenciaga and Nike, because Balenciagas have been popular for the past couple of years, and I don't know, it could be interesting. Or maybe another Prada times Adidas, because I was disappointed in the Superstar.
I would probably say I think the Dior ones did well. I think LV one could possibly even do better. I like the look of that, and also like a lot of people fell off like the human race train. I won't say I'm still like a big fan, but I think they could have did better with the BBC collab. So if Pharrell can do something better with BBC, that'll be kind of fun for me. I actually like the ones that I do have, but I do think they could do a little bit better. Like the Family and Friends pair was kind of cool. I like the pink and navy blue one, but I think they can do better though. I would like to see more from them.
Yeah, I was thinking Louis Vuitton as well. Louis Vuitton Jordan 1 with the Louis Vuitton on the Jordan swoosh. I don't know exactly what color, they could go with, but shoot, they probably could do like a Travis Scott colorway, like some brown, throw a little bit of green in there or something. Put the, Louis Vuitton on the swoosh. We got a lot of customizers who already do that, and they wind up coming out with fire sneakers. So definitely like Louis Vuitton or Gucci, one of the two.
I could see both, man. That'd be money. So, I mean, we've covered a lot of content already. I kind of want to get you guys back to the basics, right? So, like, question for all of you. What sneaker got you into the game, got you hooked on them, had to start collecting?
I feel like this is a question that could go deep for a lot of people. I remember playing basketball as a kid. Obviously, playing, you see a lot of people wearing different shoes that you think are cool. I have a vivid memory that I always go back to of the first shoe that I begged my parents to buy, which is probably not as far back as a lot of you guys might have been, but it was a Jordan 19 Bred. I went to the mall with my dad, and I was looking for a new pair of basketball shoes. I saw those. I was a size 5.5 at the time. The size 7 was the adult, and that's one had a patent leather toe on it. And the other, the kid size didn't have that. And I lied to my dad and told him that I had a bigger foot and that they fit, so I could get that patent leather toe. And that the shoe just looked so much better to me. And so I just vividly remember sitting in the store, and at the time I was like, I can't remember what the retail was. I think it was like $200, which I had never gotten a $200 shoe before. And the GR size was probably like $120. And I just vividly remember sitting there begging my dad, saying, "This fits," even though it was massively big and tight.
That's funny.
For me,
Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, for me, the phone posit got me started. I know a lot of people look at the phone posit like it's disgusting now because it's like 2020, but back in like 2011, 2012, the phone posit was huge. I grew up in Cleveland, so that's like up north. It was a big shoe. And Penny Hardaway, I used to grow up watching Penny Hardaway a lot. And it just looked different to me. I used to actually trade my Jordans for phone posits because they were just – everybody wanted J's. Like, everybody wanted Jordans. But, like, the phones were just cool, and it was different. I liked the way they looked. It was so many different colorways, whether it be, like, the electric green, pine green. It had, like, electric yellow. It was a lot of different variations. They had the pros. They had the ones. And I was a huge fan. So, yeah, phone posits definitely got me started.
I haven't been collecting for that long, but the sneaker that got me into the game, I would have to say, was Pharrell NMDs. Were kind of the first sneakers that I was able to get, limited sneakers, and that started it all. I used to own a lot. I sold a few, and I kept the special ones.
For me, I would have to go with the 2010 Jordan 6 Breds. That was the first retro that I've ever purchased with my own money. That was the crazy thing is, I don't know if you guys remember the Jordan Fusions, but I actually went to the mall to grab Jordan Fusions, and they didn't have any more Fusions. But he was like, I got one more pair of these Air Jordan 6s, and I was just like, I'll take them. It was too big. It was a size 12. I'm a size 11, but I'm just like,
my shoe.
Right, I'm just like, man, I just need a pair of Jordans. So I had like the Team Jordans before that. I had like Spizikes, but that was the first retro that I purchased, and look where we at now. So
Game over.
Game over.
All right.
Pick me.
So we started with your OG loves, right? So I'm going to ask you a crazy question. If you only had to wear one silhouette for a year, what would that be?
I have a response that I feel like a lot of people would say. A shoe that I wear pretty much every day already is Jordan 1. To me, I wear it when I have some pairs that are more beat that I wear more often when I'm, doing work, when I have to move stuff. There's certain pairs that are just so comfortable to me to wear every single day. And I could easily do that, no problem.
For me, it would be a New Balance 990. It could be the version 5, the version 4, whichever version. I think the 990 line it's amazing. It's very comfy. It's very versatile. You can wear it with everything, and it's all around an amazing shoe. The quality is amazing. A New Balance 990.
We saying for a year, it got to be something comfy. So I'm gonna go to Boost. I'm gonna say a 350. Like I notice, like whenever I go out of town, whether it be like a convention or wherever I'm going somewhere, I know I'm gonna be on my feet for a long time. I have to pack a pair of Yeezys. It's just super comfortable and it's stylish. So it's like the best of both worlds. You get a little bit of height, a little bit of style, and a lot of comfort. So if I'm wearing a shoe for a year, it's gonna be probably a 350.
Man, okay. Now, if I'm being unbreakable,
Break gonna pick the Jordan 18s,
18.5s. Nah, but if I'm being true to myself, it has to be a Retro 7. Retro 7 is my favorite silhouette of all time, and they're comfortable. Like my Bordeaux's from 2011. I'm looking at them right now. They are toast. But if I'm going comfort, I will have to go with my Off-White Pressos. So I know I cheated with 2 answers, but if it's me, Unbreakable going out, sneaker events is Retro 7s. If it's who I wake up every day as, I'm going to go with the Prestos.
All right. Gentlemen, you guys have been awesome. Appreciate your time. It's been real.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Hey, Harrison, about that Xbox, though, bro.
I hit up my guy. He didn't respond with the Jordan brand Xbox, but I'll hit him up and see if he's got any extras.